Lui aussi ne laisse pas. Et toi aussi tu ne fais que bagarrer là-bas alors que tu n'as... Avec tes cahiers et tout ça, quitte là-bas. Ouais.
Mais c'est pas comme ça qu'on parle, c'est pas comme ça qu'on parle.
Mais c'est comme ça que tu dois te parler.
Oh, arrête ça. Ok. Donc c'est seulement une poule mouillée. Ok. C'est comment même avec lui-même il fait tomber. Ouais. Et il est même déjà parti.
C'est parce que c'était simple que le mouvement le fait rentrer à la maison.
Ouais.
C'est pas la moto qui fait, ça c'est une nouvelle. La route n'est pas bonne.
Tous ces documents sont ratés.
Ça d'abord tes documents.
Ouais. Donc c'est maintenant que lui. Ouais. Type siège. Donc quand il bagarre comme ça, il avait le téléphone. Et il bagarrait pour aller rechercher d'abord son téléphone.
Ici, j'ai regardé par ici.
Ouais. Ouais.
Good afternoon, fellow Ambazonians and friends of Ambazonians. The armed conflict in Ambazonia, the war that the colonial dictator of Cameroon declared on the Ambazonian people, the crimes against humanity that have been committed in Ambazonia, the atrocities, the more than 1,000 villages that have been burned, and more than 20,000 that have been killed by the Cameroon terrorist occupation forces in Ambazonia. That war is now spreading deeper into Cameroon itself. The war that the colonial dictator of Cameroon, Paul Biya, declared on the Ambazonian people as a strategy to force them into submission has failed, but the war itself is spreading deeper and deeper and deeper into Cameroon. The Camerooners are now paying the price of the carelessness, the stupidity, and the foolishness of the Biya'S government. The Camerooners are now also paying the price of the stupidity of Mr. Paul Biya. A few days ago, 9 Camerooners were killed in Bamenya, in the western region of Cameroon, and about 19 were wounded. Nine Camerooners were killed. 19 were wounded. The war is spreading deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into Cameroon. While the Cameroon colonial government is propagating normalization and a return to normalcy in Ambazonia, back in Cameroon, the war is raging on. The armed conflict is spreading. The Camerooners themselves, as a video emerged on social media the other day, members of the movement of Biya'S, Brigade Anti-Sardinade, are mobilizing resources to begin the purchasing of arms. The conflict is taking a different dimension. Why? Because there is no credible leadership in Cameroon to address the root causes of the conflict, or that are interested in meaningful discussions to bring an end to the conflict. Mr. Biya is not ready for peace. Mr. Biya is not ready for negotiations. Mr. Biya is not ready for justice. Mr. Biya is not ready to save lives. The stupidity of the Biya'S regime, the cowardice of the Cameroon colonial Prime Minister Diongote and those that surround him are responsible for the worsening situation of this conflict, are responsible for the escalation of this conflict. So the Cameroonese people have to understand the Biya'S policy to use violence, atrocities, destructions to force the Ambazonian people into submission has failed. The Biya'S strategy to use scorched earth policy to burn down 1,000 villages and force Ambazonians to become displaced people so that they can accept to be reoccupied and recolonized has failed. It is the Camerooners that are now paying the price of Paul Biya's stupidity. The tactics that the Biya government has used in the last 40 years, the strategy of violence, no longer works with this generation. The strategy to use enablers, traitors, collaborators to gain legitimacy in Ambazonia no longer works. This is a different generation with a different set of values and beliefs, with a new mindset. We believe to uphold the humanity of our people, the dignity of our people, and to protect and manifest their aspirations and their hope. What the Ambazonian people are asking for is freedom, justice, and peace. What the Ambazonian people are asking for, are demanding, is freedom, justice, and peace. That's all we ask for. We are not asking for any other thing from the world or from Mr. Paul Biya. And if the Biya'S government failed to engage in meaningful discussion with the Ambazonian people, what will end up happening is Mr. Biya will not be able to contain the war inside Cameroon. The longer Dion Gute, Paul Biya, and his terrorist government delay in getting into meaningful discussions, into genuine negotiations with the Ambazonian people, the more the conflict will spread deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into Cameroon. The more Cameroon will disintegrate. Ambazonians have made a promise. 1 minute. All right. I have to someone knocking on my door, so I have to let them in. So the Ambazonian people have made a commitment, and that commitment is total, complete independence, freedom, and justice for the Ambazonian people. It is up to the Camerooners what they want to do with Mr. Biya. It's up to the Camerooners if they want more Camerooners to be killed by the carelessness and the stupidity of Paul Biya. It is now up to the Camerooners, because what happened in the west region of Cameroon a few days ago is the beginning. These are signals, these are warning signs that the war is spreading deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into Cameroon. The war will spread to Douala. The war will spread to Bafoussam. The war will spread to Yaoundé. The Northeast, the Northeast, those in the far north, the Hausas and the Fulanis in the far north, they are ready. They are arming themselves. So what will be left of Cameroon? But why is this happening in the first place? That's the question we all have to ask. Because there is a lack of a credible leadership in Cameroon. There is a lack of a credible leadership in Cameroon. Mr. Biya has shown that he is incapable to engage in meaningful, transparent, genuine discussions through the international system. In the past, he has used bribery, corruption to buy Ambazonian leaders. They have used violence to kill. Unfortunately, some Ambazonians leaders, even in this generation, are susceptible. Okay? They are vulnerable to bribery. They have demonstrated that they are vulnerable to bribery, they are vulnerable to corruption, they don't have a strong sense of nationalism, and the Biya'S government has taken advantage of that. Ambazonians have evidence of this. This is not something I have to provide you with evidence. You know who those leaders are and what those movements are. So, to a certain extent, this has given the Biya'S government some form of encouragement to not negotiate, to not be transparent. That's why they are reluctant to even make simple statements in the public. Secondly, the Biya government is also divided. Junior ministers that are clamoring for power are challenging Mr. Biya and the colonial prime minister. Mr. Biya and Diongute said they engage through the Canadian process. Junior minister says no, we are not engaged. We have nothing to do with the Canadian process. Mr. Biya and Diongute said no, we sent a delegation to Canada. Mr. Biya said, I authorized a delegation to get into discussions with the Ambazonian people through Canada. Junior minister says, no, that's you and Dion Gute. We have nothing to do with that. The colonial minister of communication came out and challenged Mr. Biya and Dion Gute. So who is in charge of Cameroon? Is Mr. Biya still in control? Is Diongute still in charge? Is it the presidency or the prime minister that's in charge? Or is it the junior ministers? There is no credible leadership in Cameroon. Mr. Biya is incapable and the prime minister is very weak. They don't know how to rally the Senate, the parliament, and all the institutions of the state to rally around the policy that Mr. Biya wants to push forward for and calls for. Mr. Biya is no longer a credible leader in Cameroon. So too is the colonial prime minister. If they were effective and if they had credibility, why would Mr. Biya and the colonial prime minister allow junior minister to challenge them in public? And get away with it? They were not sanctioned. They were not disciplined. Biya has no more control of the territory. Biya has no more control of Cameroon. Cameroon lacks a credible government and a credible leadership. So that's why, if care is not taken by the international system, if the international system does not put enough pressure on Mr. Biya and the Prime Minister, more Camerooners will pay the price. As for the Ambazonian people, we have accepted our fate to end the occupation, to end Cameroon's presence in our territory, to end Cameroon crimes on our people. We have accepted our fate that through armed resistance, through defiance and a commitment to justice for the Ambazonian people, freedom, independence for Ambazonia, justice and accountability for the Ambazonian people. We know what we want. We know what we stand for. The Ambazonian Governing Council has made it absolutely clear, both to Cameroon and to the international system. There will be no compromise. Cameroon can recruit as many enablers as possible within Ambazonia. The Ambazonian Governing Council that invoked the Ambazonian people's right for self-defense and launched the armed resistance that inspired this generation to pick up arms to defend the rights of the Ambazonian people will not compromise on the hopes, the aspirations, the wishes, and the demands of the Ambazonian people. The Ambazonia Governing Council, the leadership of the Ambazonia Governing Council is ready when Cameroon is ready for meaningful discussions, for a genuine, effective negotiation through the international system. As the leader has said publicly, Cameroon must make public commitments. Cameroon must commit publicly. There will be no backdoor deals. There will be no backdoor negotiations. If Mr. Biya continues to delay, then it is the people of Cameroon that will pay the price. The Biya government has been unable to provide drinking water to the people of Cameroon, construct roads, and provide them with basic social amenities. They cannot govern Cameroon. They cannot keep the streets of Cameroon clean. But they want to govern, they want to reoccupy, and they want to colonize Ambazonia. Before you think of reoccupying Ambazonia, keep the streets of Cameroon clean. Carry the garbage from your streets. Give your people potable drinking, quality water. Give them basic roads. Look at the capital of Cameroon. It looks like a 14th century village, still in the cave ages, still in darkness. These are the same people that wants to govern, that want to reoccupy and do what in Ambazonia? Not this generation. There's a difference between reality and propaganda. Cameroon lacks leadership. The Biya'S government is not a credible leadership. And that's what's missing. A credible partner, what we need in Cameroon is a credible partner, a credible set of people, a credible set of persons that will rise up, that will stand up to also want justice for the people of Cameroon, that are interested for justice, for freedom, and for peace. The conflict can come to an end. Lives can be saved. The poverty in Cameroon, the suffering in Cameroon can come to an end. The little resources can be rechanneled for the human development, the social development, the educational development, the scientific development of Cameroon. Stop wasting money you don't have to fight a war you cannot win. Stop wasting money you don't have to try to reoccupy a territory you cannot occupy. Stop wasting money you don't have to want to govern a territory you cannot govern. The people of Cameroon have a choice to replace Mr. Biya with a credible leadership that is interested in justice, in freedom, and in peace. The Biya'S government and Dion Gote are not credible partners. that the international community can count on. They are absolute failure. And that's why the war is spreading to Cameroon. Fellow Ambazonians, leadership not there for inside La Republique will be interested for bring an end to this useless, nonsensical, careless war we Paul Biya declare among the Ambazonian people. Paul Biya don't show say it be very weak, it not get the credibility, it not get the interest, and it not get the effectiveness for bring this conflict to an end. The wisdom, the strategies, the means, where you don't know how to do things over the last 40 years, they need to work again. For bribe, for corrupt people them, for use violence, for threaten people them, those things, they need to work again. In the 21st century, leaders, for bring a conflict to an end, they must accept the reality of that conflict and get themselves into meaningful discussions with the other side. The failure of Mr. Biya for engage in a true negotiated settlement, it caused this war now to expand right inside Cameroon. A few days ago, 9 Camerooners they died inside Bamenya or Bangam. 19 they be wounded. Now Paul Biya they push this war, make it go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper inside the Cameroon territory. Because there is no credible leadership for inside Cameroon where it be interested for mobilize the various institutions of Cameroon, for mobilize the Cameroon Senate, the Cameroon Parliament, the various commissions, bring all them together for set the tone for justice, for a negotiation. We could bring justice, it could bring freedom, and it could bring peace, and for save people their lives. Now, Mr. Biya now they push this war into your own country. And as we know, the people of the Biya'S, the Brigade Anti-Sardinal, the faction of the Camto movement, now when I don't see them for social media, they don't raise money for say them to the one start for buy guns. And as all when I don't know, the people of the north, the Fulanis and the Hausas of the northern regions of Cameroon, they said they don't start for prepare, for pick up arms. Certain parts of the center region and Ebolowa, they don't prepare for pick up arms. Because then to the talk say they don't go feel leave them. Make the people them for the western region or the dwellers, make they take power from them. The north then to say they don't want to make power, it go back for them. Wahala there for Cameroon. Because there is no credible government for Cameroon. Paul Biya don't know how to engage people them. He don't know how to bring the northeast, bring the people them for the center region, bring the Bulu people them, bring the Bassa, and bring the Bamileke people them together as a state. Say, look, this matter with Ambazonia, we must settle them once and for all. We must get into meaningful negotiation for address the root causes of the conflict, for stop the killings, for stop the suffering, for stop the pain. Mr. Biya not get that willingness. Mr. Biya don't know how to do these things. Mr. Biya don't know how the world don't change and how to do politics for the 21st century. A tactics, they know the work again. That's why the world is spread deeper and deeper into Cameroon. And the more the Camerooners, they start for their government, it start for take money where the government not get them. For poor and for a war with nothing winner, the more the Camerooners will be very dissatisfied. The more the Cameroon government, it take money where not get them. For try for occupy Ambazonia, we not ever occupy them again. The more the Cameroon government, it take money we not get them. For try for govern Ambazonia, we not govern them. The more Cameroon will become poor, and they no go get the ability for pay teachers, for pay doctors, for pay nurses, for give their people them light or even water. The Biya'S government, it will face an internal backlash if they continue with this war for Ambazonia. The best way for the Cameroon government for save Cameroon from itself, they get a small window of opportunity of time for openly come to the public, say, look, we'll be interested and want to commit to an effective, a transparent negotiation with the Ambazonian people. Now, wait till the world expect them from Paul Biya'S. Now, wait till the people of Cameroon, they expect them of Mr. Paul Biya'S and Diongute. But when I don't see them, then too they face infighting. Mr. Paul Biya'S and Diongute, they engage the Canada government, say they want negotiation with the Ambazonian people. They get into 3 months of negotiation with we. And we teach them a lesson for that negotiation. For those pre-talks. Now Mr. Paul Biya'S for go outside, for go tell the people, say, he don't engage, he not talk. Once news come up for outside, once the Canadians, they put message for outside, say they don't bring Cameroon and Ambazonia on the table, junior ministers within the Biya'S government, they challenge Mr. Biya'S publicly. Mr. Biya'S talks, say, now me, I authorize the negotiation. Now me, I authorize the Prime Minister. Now we and the Prime Minister engage and send a delegation. A junior minister, they talk, say no. They come off outside, talk, say no. We, when we be government, will not be send any person for Canada. We don't know what in Canada they talk about. And as all, the world be very shocked, including Canada. How Paul Biya'S not come off outside, or the Prime Minister not come off outside, for reassure the people of Cameroon, say no. We authorize a delegation. We send a delegation to Canada and will be involved in the process every single day for those 3 months of that way that process will go on. Biya'S not be fit for come outside. The Prime Minister not be fit for come outside. The fact that junior minister they will challenge the Prime Minister and the President, it tell you, say Biya'S not be in control of Cameroon anymore. So this conflict, the reason why it is spread and it is continue, the reason why people they suffer, the reason why people they die, now because there is no credible leadership within Cameroon. Now the Cameroonians they die because we the Ambazonian people, we don't accept our fate. Say we must put an end to Cameroon occupation. We don't accept our fate. Now it be up to the Cameroonese people then. For hold Mr. Biya'S, make it solve this problem, we cause him. For hold Diongute, make they solve this problem where they cause him. Because the Cameroonese then too they don't start die. The cost of living for Cameroon be unbearable. Suffer day for Cameroon. Money don't finish. The state you not get money anymore. Now don't see now parliament need to exist. The Senate need to exist. Because now two devils them. People that don't die. Now then they for the head of the Senate and they for the head of the parliament. So if Senate need to exist, the parliament need to exist. The Prime Minister be ineffective, the President be ineffective. You tell me what you remember for Cameroon. If the country don't become bankrupt, according to the IMF and World Bank, money no day again. So what is left? Now what you remain? Money no day for pay simple teachers their salaries. Then I wait till remain. The small money where they borrow, they use them now for propaganda, for recruit enablers and traitors. So the Ambazonian people, they need to understand the way out for Ambazonia, the weakness of Cameroun, the weakness of Paul Biya, now an advantage to the Ambazonian people then. Now an absolute advantage to Ambazonia. Now the best time for defeat your enemy, now when it be very weak. The Biya government be very weak. All the institutions, they don't be weak. The state don't be crumbled. Now Ambazonia, they are chance this for teach Cameroon a lesson. When the enemy don't be weak, you feel choky, you feel strangly. Over the weekend, the leader of our liberation struggle, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, he don't commit himself, dedicate his life for secure freedom for the Ambazonian people. The strategy we lay them out for the Ambazonian people. Everything we promise for that strategy, it don't happen. Cameroon don't become bankrupt. Cameroon don't become politically disintegrated. The various institutions of Cameroon, they don't collapse. Cameroon, they suffer from. Cameroon now, they live on financial drip. They go take small money for IMF on very high interest rate. And that money, enough even run the country for even 1 month. So Cameroon, they are for financial drip survival right now. So all what the strategy with Dr. Cho, again for the Ambazonian people, say it go weaken Cameroon and it will cause Cameroon for disintegrate. It don't do everything with that strategy promise them. But some challenges that they will get for solve. And Dr. Cho, every day, every month, are the only Ambazonian leader today this. We on a daily basis, it is see how for bring Ambazonians together, inspire them, keep them their hope high. And every month, it travel around the world for mobilize Ambazonian communities, reinvigorate those communities, re-energize those communities on a monthly basis. The only Ambazonian leader since 2017, we every time it travel around the world for bring Ambazonians them together, mobilize the base, and raise money for defend the hopes of our people then. For what he promised we. See the armed resistance, it will give way to one time. It don't take we to the place where we're supposed to be. Over the weekend, it go for the United Kingdom. It go for London. The Ambazonia Governing Council leadership for the Hague of Sea mission for London. By the way, the Ambazonia Governing Council get 18 missions across the globe for 18 countries. So our leadership for the United Kingdom, it give a great reception to the leader, they mobilize the community, they get a great discussion with the leader, and they mobilize money for homeland. We want to thank the Ambazonia Governing Council leadership mission for the United Kingdom and the community for their dedication, their sacrifices, and their focus for protect the dignity and the lives of our mommy them, our papa them, our picking them, for secure hope for our people them. May God bless Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. We pray, say, every day we woke up. May God give you more courage. He give you more wisdom. He give you more inspiration. He give you more health. And He give you more energy. For deliver to the Ambazonian people a free homeland. For deliver freedom to the Ambazonian people. For be able for unite all the forces on the ground. For focus on a common objective. For make we become more effective. And for unite our people then. We'll get a chance as a generation for do something meaningful to our suffering people. We get a special obligation as a generation for give something better to our people. We owe our mommy them as they are picking them. Their mommy that they count, our mommy that they count on we. Our papa that they count on we. See, the make we move be different. They send we for outside for see the light and hope and for see possibilities and for build the confidence and the sophistication for give them a better life, for end their suffer and their pain. God don't bless you with a leader, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. We thank you plenty for say every day you woke up, you put your own life on the line. Even though Cameroon don't recruit spies and agents across the globe, but you still woke up, you find the courage for Waka, for Ambazonia. The year they come to an end, the Ambazonia Governing Council, they invite all members of the Ambazonia Governing Council and all heads of missions of Ambazonia Governing Council and all heads of departments of Ambazonia Governing Council. The Ambazonia Governing Council, they invite all the Ambazonia Governing Council authorities of the Transition Authority for Ground Zero, all our generals and our top commanders them for the 9 states where the Ambazonia Governing Council get forces for the, say for the 9, for December 9 and December 10, the Ambazonia Governing Council will get a workshop, a 2-day workshop with all the stakeholders within Ambazonia Governing Council for the liberation, for design the 2024 plan. Wetin go be the plan for the liberation for 2024. Wetin Ambazonia, now who say Ambazonia they want to take this liberation struggle reach for 2024. Wetin go be the vision for 2024. So the way with the egg of city work, not be as something where the leader go just woke up, he can't impose say that the thing this way we go do it for 2024. The leader, they bring the entire structures of the organization together, bring Ground Zero, our forces, the Transition Authority together, and together we carved a common vision, something where all we go commit, saying that the thing this we want to achieve on behalf of our people then. That the movement this, that the people this, that the liberation this. So if you be a core AGOVC member, you be person you believe for Ambazonia, we don't create working groups. And if you get sense for defense, you get sense for mobilization, you get sense for humanitarian. If you get a background for education, and you want to participate for say okay for 2024, now the places who want to take community schools for rich. Would invite you, all right? Would invite you for contact me, say, Mr. Spokesman, I don't hear what the leader don't talk, and I don't hear what you don't talk about for create the vision of the liberation for 2024. I want to be part for design that vision. I want to be a stakeholder for carve the future, because be a participant for your own future. Be a participant for your own liberation. Not be like some people, they are team. Now your future this. So that's until we all we must participate for carve, then we commit ourselves, and then we get to work and deliver. We be Ambazonia Governing Council. We be Ambazonia. We believe, say, if people do not create a vision, they not go get a vision. A vision is until when people they get for create them. Now a vision is until people they get for come up with them. Now they get for envision the future. Decide that future. We must decide the future of the liberation struggle. Which how we want to take things for 2024. How we want to make ground zero be. How much control we want to get out. The leader don't promise the people them over the last few months, say a goal now make Ambazonia capture 2 states. Hold on. By 2024. Or in 2024. Can join the discussion and be part for shape the future. Cameroon don't come to an end. Can shape Ambazonia the way you want them. The way you will be proud. Make you not live on. Make things they happen by themselves. Alright? We don't prove ourselves to be the most effective organization. Visionary, inspiring, empowering, result focused, and above else will be the hardest working movement for Ambazonia. We believe, say, with vision, with purpose, with commitment, with courage, with tenacity, and hard work, everything be possible for any group of persons. Everything be possible. But you require those ingredients where they make things be possible. Can't see how would it take things and make it be possible. Can't learn the science of creation and achievement. Can't learn why would be effective. Can't learn waiting the shape Ambazonia because they are future. Be part of it. When I get my phone number, Mona not forget. Cameroon will make propaganda. Now the only thing that will get them will remain. They will make propaganda of normalization. But while they talk about normalization, the word is spread for inside Cameroon. Will it get stronger? Don't forget the liberation tax. As the year they come to an end, make sure say you do something for your country, for your people, and for your future. The regime don't collapse. They be very desperate. So you go hear a lot of noise. But there is a difference between their noise and propaganda versus the reality on the ground and the reality in Cameroon. Tomorrow, I will do an elaborate presentation on the state of things in Cameroon and what is our strategy. It don't cost some for Cameroon, both within Cameroon and internationally. Tomorrow I will take you through a journey of what we mean when we talk say Ambazonia don't defeat Cameroon. Now what it really mean? Tomorrow, come, make you open your eye, open your head, open your ears, and open your soul. Make you know say we don't put an end to that thing where they come and say Cameroon. And when we say Cameroon is defeated, we will give you the visual signs, the evidence, the statistics. We'll give you the facts. Tomorrow, come, make we chop the Christmas of the liberation. As our friend Tapang and I used to talk about, liberation orgasm. Come, make we give you liberation sweetness tomorrow. Tomorrow, come, we'll ginger you, liberation ginger. I will ginger one tomorrow. All right? When I get myself a blessed evening, when I get myself a good night. If you get any question, you get something way, you want to, if you want to be part of, if you be a member of the AGOFC, you be an Ambazonian, will be well vetted and will know you. You get a track record for being an Ambazonian. You stand for Ambazonia. If you get an educational background and you want to participate for design the education for 2024. If you be interested, if you get defense strategies and you get an idea and you get a background for defense and you want to participate for defense things, come join with. If you get a heart for humanitarian and you want to see how the egg of sea could be more involved for humanitarian activities, especially for education and for our refugees and our prisoners, can join with. If you be person where you get a passion for mobilization, can join with. If you get a passion on human rights, can join with. If you get a passion and you get a strong background in diplomacy, can join with. Make a calf. We want to take this liberation struggle for 2024. When I get my phone number, for all when I never pay on a liberation tax, I want to remind you now, we'll get a few more days. We'll get about 1 month left before we get to the end of the year. Make sure you pay your liberation tax before Christmas reach. All right? Pay your liberation tax before Christmas reach. We don't want to see during the Christmas time when you want to move from one place to another, they stop you somewhere so you want to pay a liberation tax and then you will be embarrassed or you will feel harassed. We don't want to make that kind of thing happen. So do them in advance. Make sure so you pay a liberation tax as we come to the end of the year. The forces will be very aggressive for make sure say they enforce the payment of the liberation tax. So just pay a liberation tax. If you don't know how to pay them, call me any place where you're there for the world. I will send you the means and methods of how to pay a liberation tax and make sure say when you pay them, you get your receipts. Good night. Make a leave now this video from Cameroon.
Deux personnes chaudes.
Il est ramené, oui, pardon.
Non, il est ramené.
Il est ramené, mon oui. Seigneur, Seigneur,